We are a tiny part of a universe that is made of an infinite amount of space, matter, and time. There is more space than matter. All matter is made of particles of light. The universe has no start or end. The same light particles that have always been continue to move in the space that has always been. Matter in motion can never be created or destroyed. Matter can never be converted into motion, and motion can never be converted into matter. Light particles become trapped with each other and so form structures such as protons, atoms, molecules, planets, stars, galaxies, and clusters of galaxies. All of the billions of galaxies we can see are only a tiny part of the universe. We will never see most of the universe because no light particles from there can ever reach us. There is a pattern in the universe. Light particles move from where there is less space to where there is more space. As an empty space becomes filled, light particles form gas clouds called nebulae and then galaxies of stars. Living objects grow around stars and pull stars together to form globular clusters and then form a globular, also called elliptical, galaxy. Living objects need matter to stop their decay. Globular galaxies have a regular input and output of light particles. When a volume of space becomes very dense, more light particles exit than enter the space. Light particles that exit to more empty spaces form new nebulae and galaxies, and so this cycle continues. Stars at our scale may be light particles at a much larger scale, just as light particles at our scale may be stars at a much smaller scale. This system may go on infinitely in both larger and smaller scale. The Milky Way nebula starts to form. The first star in the Milky Way galaxy forms. Living objects in the Milky Way galaxy reach another star using a ship. The first globular cluster of 100,000 stars in the Milky Way galaxy. The star Earth orbits forms. Planets form around our star. Like the star, they are red hot with liquid rock and metals on the surface. Lighter atoms move to the surface of the planets. Larger planets are surrounded by gas. The moon of Earth is captured. Planet Earth cools. Molten liquid rock turns into a solid thin crust. Water condenses and falls to the surface, filling the lowest parts of the land to make the first Earth oceans, lakes, and rivers. Larger molecules form on Earth, like amino acids, phosphates, and sugars, the components of living objects. Nucleic acids form on Earth. The first proteins on Earth. Transfer RNA molecules evolve, tRNA, and link amino acids into proteins using other RNA molecules as a template. The ribosome evolves. The ribosome may function as a protocell, providing a platform for more efficient protein production. A single RNA may contain all the instructions needed to make more ribosomes. A protein can copy RNA. A protein can assemble DNA from RNA. A protein can copy DNA molecules. The first cell on Earth, a bacterium. DNA is surrounded by a membrane made of proteins. This cell may form near the sunlit water surface or near underwater volcanoes. Cells make the first lipids on Earth, fats, oils, waxes. The first virus evolves. Cellular respiration, glycolysis evolves. Cells can make ATP from glucose. Fermentation evolves. Cells can make lactic acid. Cells can make alcohol. Operins allow selective protein assembly. Archaea, also called archaebacteria, evolve. Bacteria hyperthermophiles evolve. Aquifex, Thermatoga. Prokaryote flagellum. Archaea euryarchaeota, methanogens, halobacteria, earliest cell response to light. Archaea crenarchaeota, cephalobus. Cells produce their own food, autotrophy. Photosynthesis evolves in bacteria. Cells emit free oxygen. This is the main system responsible for producing the oxygen now in the air of Earth. Aerobic cellular respiration. First aerobic cell. These cells use oxygen to convert glucose into carbon dioxide, water, and ATP. Oldest physical evidence for life. Ratio of carbon-13 to carbon-12. Oldest sediment, the Banded Iron Formation begins. Banded Iron Formation is sedimentary rock that spans 2 billion years, made of silica with alternating layers of black-colored reduced iron and red-colored oxidized iron, and represents a seasonal rise and fall of free oxygen in the ocean, possibly linked to photosynthetic organisms. Filamentous multicellularity evolves in prokaryotes. Oldest fossil evidence of life, stromatolites. Oldest fossils of an organism. 2.5 billion years will pass before the first animal evolves. Budding evolves in prokaryotes. Earliest acritarch fossil. Unicellular microfossils with uncertain affinity. Bacteria Firmicutes evolve. Gram-positive bacteria. Cause of botulism, tetanus, anthrax. First endospores. Bacteria Proteobacteria evolve. Rickettsia, ancestor of all mitochondria. Gonorrhea, Salmonella, E. coli. Gender and sex, conjugation, evolve in bacteria. Bacteria, planktomycetes. Bacteria Actinobacteria, source of streptomycin. Bacteria Spirochetes, syphilis, Lyme disease. Bacteria Bacteroidetes. Bacteria Chlamydiae. Bacteria Chlorobi, green sulfur bacteria. Bacteria Verrucomicrobia. Endo and exocytosis. Cells can now eat each other. Eukaryotic cell, the first cell with a nucleus, the first protist. The nucleus may develop from the infolding of plasma membrane. Earliest molecular fossil evidence of eukaryotes. Styrene molecules. Cytoskeleton forms in eukaryote cytoplasm. Eukaryote flagellum evolves. Circular chromosome changes to linear chromosomes. Mitosis evolves in eukaryote cells. Eukaryote sex evolves. First diploid cell, 2 sets of chromosomes. First zygote, increase in genetic variety. Meiosis, division of diploid into haploid cells. Gender in eukaryotes evolves. Anisogamy, sex, cell-nucleus fusion between 2 cells that are different in size or shape. 2-step meiosis, diploid DNA copies and then the cell divides twice into 4 haploid cells. Bacteria Deinococcus thermus. Bacteria cyanobacteria, ancestor of all plastids. Bacteria Chloroflexi evolve. Bacteria live on land. Start of 200 million year ice age. Cell differentiation evolves in filamentous prokaryotes, creating organisms with different kinds of cells. Nitrogen fixation. Cells can make nitrogen compounds like ammonia from nitrogen gas in the air. The nucleolus, a sphere in the nucleus that makes ribosomes. The endoplasmic reticulum evolves, a membrane system that extends from the nucleus, important in the synthesis of proteins and lipids. Eukaryote Golgi apparatus evolves, packages proteins and lipids into vesicles for delivery to targeted destinations. Oldest red beds, evidence of free oxygen in the air of Earth. A bacterium related to Rickettsia is captured by a eukaryote and through endosymbiosis becomes the mitochondria, organelles of most eukaryotes. First homeobox genes evolve. These genes regulate the building of major body parts. Earliest large filamentous multicellular fossil, Gripania. End of the banded iron formation. The ancestor of all living eukaryotes divides into bicont and unicont descendants. Biconts lead to all chromalveolates, excavates, rhizaria, and plants. Uniconts lead to all amoebozoa, animals, and fungi. Protists amoebozoa, amoebas and slime molds, feeding using pseudopods. Protists opistheconts, ancestor of fungi, choanoflagellates, and animals. Filamentous multicellularity in eukaryotes evolves. First plastids. Cyanobacteria form plastids through symbiosis within a eukaryote cell. Like mitochondria, these organelles copy themselves and are not made by the cell DNA. First plant, ancestor of all green and red algae and land plants. Plant red algae, Rhodophyta evolves. Protists excavates, Giardia. A captured red alga becomes a plastid and the ancestor of all chromalveolates. Differentiation in multicellular eukaryote. Gamete or spore cells and somatic cells. Unlike gamete cells, somatic cells are asexual, non-fusing. Start of death by aging. Protists chromalveolates, ancestor of Chromista, cryptophytes, haptophytes, and Stromatophiles, and alveolates. Earliest certain eukaryote fossils, red algae. Haplodiplontic life cycle. Mitosis occurs in both haploid and diploid life stages. First fungi. Protists, alveolates, ancestor of all ciliates, apicomplexans, and dinoflagellates. Plant Glaucophyta. Green algae evolves. Volvox, sea lettuce, Spirogyra. Fungi Microsporidia. Excavate Ischicrystates. Includes euglenids. Eukaryote eye evolves. First three-dimensional response to light. Colonialism evolves in eukaryote. Protists, Stromatophiles, also called heteroconts, ancestor of all brown and golden algae, diatoms, and Oomycota. Protists, haptophytes, coccolithophores. Protists, dinoflagellates, fungi Chytridiomycota. Protists, mesomycetozoa, or drips. Protists, Oomycota, water molds. Protists, choanoflagellates. Protists, rhizaria, ancestor of all radiolaria, foraminifera, and cercozoa. Multicellularity evolves in a free-moving protist. This allows larger free-moving organisms to evolve. First animal and first metazoan, sponges, porifera. Metazoans are multicellular and have differentiation. Their cells perform different functions. There are only 3 major kinds of metazoans: sponges, cnidarians, and bilaterians. Fungi Zygomycota, bread molds. Male gonad evolves in a sponge. Protists radiolaria. Protists foraminifera. Animal placozoa. Protists ciliates, paramecium. Protists apicomplexa, malaria. Cells that group as tissues evolve in metazoans. First nerve cell, neuron, and nervous system evolve in a metazoan. Earliest touch and sound detection. Muscle cells evolve in metazoans. Closable mouth evolves in metazoans. Animals radiata, ctenophores evolve. Comb jellies. Fungi glomeromycota. Radiata cnidarians evolve. Sea anemones, corals, jellyfish. Earliest animal eye. Fungi basidiomycota. Most mushrooms. Rusts, club fungi. Fungi ascomycota. Yeasts, truffles, penicillium, morels. Female gonad, ovary, evolves in a cnidarian. Bilateral species evolve. Two-sided symmetry. Earliest brain. Ganglion, memory. First trypoblastic species. Third embryonic layer. The mesoderm. Earliest extant bilaterian. Acelomorpha. Acela flatworms and Nemertodermatida. An intestine evolves in a bilaterian. Cylindrical gut, anus, and throughput of food evolves in a bilaterian. The genital pore, vagina, and uterus evolve in a bilaterian. The penis evolves in a bilaterian. Fluid-filled cavity, the coelom, evolves in a bilaterian. Start of Ediacaran soft-bodied invertebrate fossils. Red blood cells and blood channels evolve in a bilaterian. First blood vessels. Bilaterians, protostomes evolve. Protostomes are divided into two major groups, the Ecdysozoa and the Lophotrochozoa. The Lophotrochozoa is subdivided into the Platozoa and the Trochozoa. First shell or skeleton evolves. Protostomes Ecdysozoa, animals that molt, lose their outer skin as they grow. Protostomes Lophotrochozoa evolve. Bilaterians deuterostomes evolve, ancestor of all echinoderms, hemichordates, and chordates. Bilaterians Chaetognatha, arrowworms. Earliest teeth, animals start to eat other animals. Deuterostomes hemichordates evolve. Terebranchs, acornworms. The free-swimming younger form of terebranch may evolve into tunicates and then the first fish. Deuterostome echinoderms, sea cucumber, sea urchin, sand dollar, starfish. Deuterostome phylum Chordata evolves. Chordates are a very large group that includes all tunicates, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and birds. Earliest extant chordate, tunicates evolve. Sea squirts. First fish. Earliest extant fish, lancelets. First liver and kidney. Ecdysozoa, roundworms. Platozoa, rotifers. Trochozoa, phoronids, brachiopods, and entoprocs. Segmentation evolves. Trochozoa, brachiopods. The Cambrian radiation, or Cambrian explosion, the rapid diversification of multicellular animals between 542 and 530 million years ago that results in the appearance of many of the major phyla of animals, an increase of animals with shells. Platozoa, platyhelminthes, flatworms. Platozoa gastrotrix. The first circulatory system evolves in bilaterians. The first heart evolves in bilaterians. Trochozoa nemertea, ribbonworms. Trochozoa mollusks evolve. Mollusks include snails, clams, mussels, and the cephalopods, squids, and octopuses. Ecdysozoa arthropods evolve. Crustaceans, insects. Ecdysozoa onychophorans. Ecdysozoa tardigrades. Trochozoa annelids, segmented worms. Vertebrates evolve. This subphylum contains most fish and all amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and birds. Jawless fish. The arthropods trilobites evolve. Arthropods crustaceans, shrimps, crabs, lobsters, barnacles. Arthropods myriapoda, centipedes, and millipedes. During the Ordovician, the number of genera will quadruple. Arthropods Chalicerata, horseshoe crabs, mites, spiders, scorpions. Non-vascular plants evolve. Bryophyta, liverworts, hornworts, mosses. Plants live on land. The first animals live on land. Arthropods millipedes. Jawed vertebrates evolve. Gnathostomata, first vertebrate teeth. Jawed fishes, cartilaginous fishes, ancestor of all sharks, rays, skates, and sawfishes. Vascular plants evolve. Ray-finned fishes. The first lung evolves. Lobe-finned fish. Arthropod hexapods, 6 legs, includes all insects. Insects. The first flying animal, an arthropod insect, ancestor of all winged insects, mayflies, dragonflies. The first forests. The first tetrapods evolve, organisms with 4 feet, the amphibians, first limbs, arms and legs, and fingers. The first vertebrates live on land, amphibians. Vascular plants, ferns evolve. Folding wing insects. The first plant seed evolves. Ray-finned fishes, sturgeons, and paddlefish. Insects Dictyoptera, cockroaches, termites. The hardshell egg evolved. The Amniota, ancestor of reptiles, mammals, and birds. Start of vertebrate internal fertilization. The tetrapod Amniota divide into the Sauropsida, which includes reptiles and birds, and the Synapsida, which includes mammals. Amphibians, Caecilians. Gymnosperms, seed plants, ancestor of all cycads, ginkgos, and conifers, pine, fir, spruce, redwood, cedar, juniper, cypress. Insects Orthoptera, crickets, grasshoppers. Reptiles evolve. Insects Paraneoptera, lice, cicadas, aphids. Ancestor of holometabolous insects, beetles, bees, true flies, and butterflies. Complete metamorphosis. Amphibians, frogs. Insects Coleoptera, beetles. Insects Hymenoptera, bees, ants, wasps. Protists, brown algae evolve. Protists, diatoms. Earliest warm-blooded and hair-growing animal. Holometabola, diptera, true flies, single pair of wings, mosquito, gnat, fruit fly, housefly. Largest mass extinction of history. Supercontinent Pangea forms. Reptiles, crocodiles, alligators, caimans. Reptiles, dinosaurs evolve. Mammals evolve. First nipple, mammary gland, and breast. Teleost fishes evolve. Reptiles, turtles. The first flying vertebrate, pterosaur. Reptiles, iguanas, chameleons, and spiny lizards. Reptiles, snakes, skinks, and geckos. Teleosts, eels, and tarpons. Teleosts, herrings, and anchovies. Supercontinent Pangea splits into Laurasia and Gondwana. The northern part, Laurasia, will form North America and Europe. The southern part, Gondwana, will form South America and Africa. Insects Lepidoptera, moths, butterflies, caterpillars. Teleosts, carp, minnows, piranhas. Teleosts, salmon, trout, pike. Amphibians, salamanders. Marsupials evolve. The Eutheria, placental mammals evolve. Teleosts, lightfish, and dragonfish. Birds evolve. The first feather. The first flowering plant, angiosperm. Almost all grains, beans, nuts, fruits, vegetables, herbs, and spices come from plants with flowers. Earliest extant flower, Emberilla. Flowers Nymphiales, water lilies. Flowers Magnoliids evolve. Magnolia, nutmeg, avocado, cinnamon, black pepper. Flowers Eudicots evolve. The largest lineage of flowers. Teleosts, perch, seahorses, flying fish, pufferfish, barracuda. Teleosts, cod, anglerfish. Neornithes evolve. Modern birds. Earliest extant mammals, monotremes evolve. Flowers monocots evolve, flowering plants that have a single cotyledon, seed leaf in the embryo. Flowers basal eudicots, buttercup, poppy, macadamia, sycamore. Flowers core eudicots, cactus, caper, buckwheat, rhubarb, Venus flytrap, old world pitcher plants, beet, quinoa, spinach, grape plants. Ancestor of all placental mammal Afrotheres evolves. Birds ratites evolve. Ostrich, emu, cassowary, kiwis. Mammals xenarthrens evolve. Sloths, anteaters, armadillos. Flowers rosids, pomegranate, clove, guava, allspice, eucalyptus. Flowers fabales evolve. Beans, pea, peanut, soy, lentil. Flowers base monocots, vanilla, orchid, asparagus, onion, garlic, agave, aloe, lily. Monocots camelinids evolve. Palms, coconut, corn, rice, barley, oat, wheat, rye, sugarcane, bamboo, grass, pineapple, papyrus, turmeric, banana, ginger. Flowers Ericales, kiwi, ebony, persimmon, blueberry, cranberry, Brazil nut, New World pitcher plants, tea. Flowers Apiales evolve. Dill, celery, cilantro, carrot, parsnip, fennel, parsley, ivy. Flowers Asterales, tarragon, daisy, artichoke, sunflower, lettuce, dandelion. Flowers Malpighiales, coca, rubber tree, cassava, poinsettia, willow, poplar, aspen. Flowers Brassicales, horseradish, mustard, cabbage, broccoli, radish, papaya. Flowers Rosales, hemp, hop, jackfruit, fig, strawberry, rose, raspberry, apple, pear, plum, cherry, peach, almond. Flowers Gentianales evolve. Oleander, coffee. Flowers Solanales evolve. Bell pepper, tomato, tobacco, potato, eggplant. Flowers Cucurbitales evolve. Melon, cucumber, pumpkin, squash, zucchini. Flowers Phagales, birch, hazel, chestnut, beech, oak, walnut, pecan, hickory. Birds Galliformes evolve. Chicken, turkey, pheasant, peacock, quail. Birds Anseriformes evolve. Waterfowl, ducks, geese, swans. The ancestor of all placental mammal Laurasia theres evolves. Flowers Malvales, okra, cotton, cacao. Flowers Sapindales, maple, citrus, cashew, mango, pistachio. Laurasia theres insectivora evolves. Shrews, moles, hedgehogs. Marsupials New World opossums. Afrotheres aardvark. Laurasia theres carnivora, cats, dogs, bears, weasels, hyenas, seals, walruses. Flowers Lamiales, mint, basil, oregano, rosemary, sage, thyme, sesame, olive, ash, lilac, jasmine. Marsupials bandicoots and bilbies. Placental mammals rabbits, hares, and pikas. Placental mammals tree shrews and colugos. Mass extinction. Birds Gruiformes, cranes, and rails. Marsupial moles. Marsupials Tasmanian devil, numbat. Marsupials Diprotodontia evolve. Wombats, kangaroos, possums, koalas. Rodents beavers. Primates evolve. Opposable thumb. Birds Strigiformes evolve. Owls. Rodents squirrels. Primates tarsiers. Birds Apodiformes, hummingbirds, swifts. Birds Pisciformes, woodpeckers, toucans. Birds Passeriformes, perching songbirds. This order includes many common birds: crows, jays, sparrows, warblers, mockingbirds, robins, orioles, bluebirds, vireos, larks, finches. Afrotheres, elephants. Laurasia theres Cetartiodactyla evolve, ancestor of all Artiodactyla, camels, pigs, ruminants, hippos, and all Cetacea, whales, dolphins. Laurasia theres Perissodactyla, horses, tapirs, rhinos. Rodents evolve, Myomorpha, rats, mice, gerbils, voles, lemmings, hamsters. Last common ancestor between hippos with dolphins and whales. Laurasia theres Chiroptera, fruit bats, echolocating bats. Rodents Old World porcupines. Primates lorises, bush babies, patos. Birds Falconiformes, falcons, hawks, eagles, Old World vultures. Rodents New World porcupines, guinea pigs, capybaras. Primates New World monkeys, sakis, spider, howler, and squirrel monkeys, capuchins, tamarins. Birds Cuculiformes, cuckoos, roadrunners. Last common ancestor of dolphins and whales. Primates True lemurs. Primates Old World monkeys, macaques, baboons, mandrills, proboscis, and colobus monkeys. The ancestor of all hominoids, gibbons and hominids, loses its tail. Monotreme echidna. Monotreme duck-billed platypus. Primates gibbons. Earliest extant hominid, orangutans. Hominids gorillas evolve. Chimpanzees evolve. Last common ancestor of chimpanzees and humans, hominid ardipithecus. Earliest bipedal primate. Hominid Australopithecus evolves. Hominid Paranthropus evolves. Oldest formed stone tools. Hominids Homo habilis evolve. Earliest member of the genus Homo. This is when the human brain begins to get bigger. Hominids bonobos. Homo erectus. Homo erectus moves into Eurasia from Africa. Controlled use of fire. Homo erectus evolves less body hair. Hominids wear clothing. Spear. Humans. Homo sapiens evolve. Human language of 30 short sounds begins to develop. All words are single syllable. Homo neanderthalensis. Theory of gods. Homo sapiens move out of Africa into Eurasia, beginning of differences in race. Bow and arrows. Earliest watership, sapiens reach Australia. Painting. Oil lamp. Earliest musical instrument, a flute. Weaving and textiles. Humans raise dogs. Ceramics. Stone wall. Cereal gathering. Pottery. Rope. Humans enter America. Rice grown. Oldest city, Jericho. Wheat grown. Squash grown. Earliest drum. Metal melting and casting, copper. Corn grown. Mud brick house. Writing on clay objects. First numbers. First stamp or seal. Protists Percolozoa, acracid slime molds. The wheel for pottery. Cotton grown. Symbols of the alphabet. Writing on clay tablets. Animal-pulled vehicles. Bronze casting. Stringed musical instrument. Inclined plane. Oldest written story. The Sumerian flood story. Glass making. Musical horn. Lock and key. All phonetic language and alphabet. Pulley. Iron melted and casted. Earth described as a sphere. Particle or wireless communication. Theory that all matter is made of atoms. Lever. Screw. The rotation of the Earth around its own axis once a day and around the Sun once a year is understood. The size of Earth correctly calculated. Paper. Light described as atoms that move very fast. Steam engine. Compass. Windmill. Gunpowder. Norwegian explorers reach North America. Rocket. Gun. Theory that all matter is made of light. Humans from Europe reach America. Telescope and microscope. That planets have elliptical orbits is understood. Moons of Jupiter seen and their period determined. Speed of sound measured. Vacuum. Static electricity generator. Theory that light is a particle revived. Speed of light measured. Direct neuron activation. Human contracts muscle with electricity. Law of gravitation. Matter attracts with a force that is the product of their masses and the inverse of their distance squared. Storage of electricity. Self-propelled vehicle. Remote neuron activation. Muscle contracted remotely by light particles. Electric battery. Invisible light recognized. Frequencies of light measured. Electric light. The first photograph. Electricity understood to cause magnetism. First electromagnet. Gas combustion engine. Electric motor. Electricity produced by moving a wire near a magnet. Electrical transformer. The dynamic electric generator. Constant current produced. Plastic. Light converted to electricity. Photoelectric effect. Humans recognize spiral galaxies. Planet Neptune seen. Sound recorded mechanically. Theory of evolution. Humans understand their descent from a single ancestor and the process of natural selection. Humans understand that light spectra can be used to determine atomic composition. Microphone, speaker, and telephone. Sound converted to electricity and back to sound again. Direct neuron reading. Electricity and nerve cells measured. Artificial muscle. Invisible particle communication. Radio. Motion picture camera. X-rays. Magnetic writing and reading of data. Airplane. Electric switch and amplifier. Helicopter. Image sent and received by radio. Electronic read and write memory. Atomic transmutation. Nitrogen changed into oxygen. Atomic fusion. Atomic fission. Picture of individual atoms. Image of a virus. Bipedal robot. Double helix structure of DNA understood. The Maser, the first human-made satellite. A ship from Earth impacts the moon of Earth. The Laser, human orbits the Earth. Laser writing and reading of data. Ship impacts Venus. Humans land and walk on the moon of Earth. Ship orbits another planet, Mars. Ship impacts Mars. Ship lands on Mars. Ship reaches Jupiter. Ship lands on Venus. Ship reaches Saturn. Ship reaches Uranus. Microscopic motor. Ship reaches Neptune. Individual atoms moved. Ship orbits Jupiter. Microscopic radio chip. RFID. Nanometer scale motor. Ship orbits Saturn. Remote neuron reading. Image of what the eyes are seeing captured remotely. Sound a brain hears is recorded remotely. Microscopic camera. Radio device functions as cell organelle. Remote neuron writing using microscopic devices and neurons. Microscopic flying device. Thought images recorded and shown publicly. Thought audio recorded and played out loud. Humans start to communicate by thought image and thought sound only. Microscopic flying camera. Artificial muscle bipedal robot. Humans walk around with robot servants. Cancer stopped by microscopic devices. Most humans communicate only by images and sounds of thought. Helicopter cars form a second line of traffic above the streets. 100 ships with humans orbit Earth. Large-scale transmutation. Common atoms like iron converted into more useful atoms like hydrogen and oxygen using particle colliders. Nucleic acid changed by microscopic devices. Humans live on Mars. Robots have replaced humans in most manual labor tasks, including driving, cleaning, and food planting, harvesting, preparing, and serving. 1,000 human-filled ships orbit Earth. Microscopic devices repair, regrow, and reshape damaged cells. Humans live on Mercury. Humans live on a moon of Jupiter. Removal of Venus atmosphere is started. End of death by aging. Humans live on Venus. Humans move an asteroid. Humans create atoms from light particles. Photon fusion. Humans land on a moon of Saturn. Ship reaches other star. Alpha Centauri. First close-up pictures of planets of a different star. Living objects on planets of another star identified. Bacteria made of DNA. Humans consume an asteroid. Humans land on a moon of Uranus. Humans change the motion of a moon. Humans change the motion of a planet. Ship impacts Jupiter. First image of the surface of Jupiter. Humans land on a moon of Neptune. Ship reaches Barnard star. Ship from Centauri reaches Earth with objects. Humans reach a different star, Centauri. Ship reaches Sirius. Atmosphere of Venus completely removed. Atmosphere of Jupiter removed. Humans have ships at 10 star systems. Venus atmosphere like Earth. Humans live on Jupiter. Motion of all planets under human control. The first image of advanced living objects that evolved around a different star. Motion of star controlled. Star of Earth moved in direction of Centauri. Humans touch advanced living objects that evolved around a different star. 1 trillion humans. Humans inhabit 100 stars and form a globular cluster of 10 stars. Humans inhabit 1,000 stars and form a globular cluster of 100 stars. Humans reach the center of Earth. Earth is completely filled with living objects. Humans inhabit 10,000 stars and form a globular cluster of 1,000 stars. Human-made globular cluster of 10,000 stars leaves the plane of the Milky Way galaxy. All planets of star of Earth consumed. The star of Earth is consumed. Sirius consumed. 10 to the power 100 humans. The Milky Way galaxy is now a globular galaxy. The Milky Way globular galaxy integrates with the Magellanic Cloud galaxies. The Milky Way and Andromeda globular galaxies join.